How pathetic can some people be?
I know nothing about cars. If my car breaks down, I have to make the noises my car's making for the mechanics. And they know you have to do that because there's always like 5 of them hanging around waiting for a show, They're just standing there, hey, here he comes. What's the matter with your car, man? I don't know, If you can take a look at it, come on, what's the matter with it? Tell us. So you got to stand there while it's going. Can you fix that? I don't know. I just clean up air. Harry.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
I always try to act like I know what I'm talking about, which fails miserably, because why would I be taking it to the mechanic in the first place?
Yeah, I realize that's a bad idea because you just sound more, you sound more stupid.
You dig yourself a bigger hole. I was like, I don't know. From what I've been able to research online, it says this and this. Although it did save me once because there was a recall on my car that Honda they were not telling people about. It was called a service writer. So that meant if the problem came up when you were to take it to a licensed Honda dealership, then they would see if the problem was a problem and then assess it, and then Honda would pay for it.
Right.
And I don't get my car serviced at Honda. So, because it's expensive. So, I get it serviced at another establishment. They're working on all kinds of different cars, I mean, over at J5 Automotive, he works on Hondas and other cars. So it's like, he doesn't got the service riders and know what's going on. The Honda people, they're just doing just Hondas, but they charge you an arm and a leg to do just your Honda.
I always love it when you go and then they try to explain what they did. And then you got this guy that's missing half of his front teeth and you can't understand a word he's saying.
And you're just like, nodding. Uh-huh.
It's kind of like when somebody has a lazy eye and you're like, God, don't look at that eye. I'm just looking at the other eye. Or but you have to make eye contact because if you're looking away, then they know that you're not looking at their lazy eye. Same thing with the teeth. I'm like, oh, forget it.
So one time I looked up what the problem could be online, and I found the service writer, and I said, this chat room thread says that Honda pays for this. Did it for this guy in Colorado. Honda looked at it, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. All right, we'll have it done for you at the end of the week.
Did you have to take it to Honda?
Yeah. It's like a $6,000 repair job that Honda paid for.
What was it?
Oh, it was horrible.
Something in the motor? The transmission?
What happened was they had the software set to pump too much oil into the valves, which caused wear and tear on the O-rings, which then caused an oil leak, and everything had to be remachined inside. It was just software. It was just software problem initially, but the software problem led to more mechanical problems down the line. So I got that fixed with a year left on the service rider. Just got it in on the good. This man in England has different problems when it comes to driving. Dangerous amounts of fast food wrappers and trash in his car.
Yeah. Slob.
Police say there was even garbage under the floor pedals, potentially obstructing the brakes and the accelerator from working properly. After documenting the trash heap, they tweeted a photo. This is how you shame. Not only are you going to cite him and give him a ticket, but you're going to shame him based on what's in his car. They tweeted a photo of the car and all the trash inside and said, a tidy cab equals a tidy mind. McDonald's wrappers, cups, styrofoam containers, receipts, documents, and various other indiscernible pieces of trash were seen spilling out of the driver's side cab on the dash and behind the driver pedals.
What do you think this guy's house looks like? Ugh.
One Twitter user looked at the photo closely to see what else was in there, and they pointed out an apparent tree branch among the pile of. So this person's just putting stuff in his car.
He can't throw anything away, including tree branches and styrofoam containers.
Other people on Twitter are defending him, saying, "Hey, the silver lining to this messy cloud is he's not littering.
He's not a litterer.
Friday morning, everybody.
Give him
a
a
little
break on that. But now,
Get some Kahlua in my coffee.
unless when he opens his door, and this happens to everybody, you gotta, all my garbage goes in that little gunnel next to underneath the driver's door. Right there, you get the little thing to put stuff in. Mm-hmm. And then you open up the door, sometimes it flies out. And if he's got all this crap in his car, every time he opens his door and a big wind comes along, could blow it all over the place. Was he going to run after it and get it? Put it back in his car? Ooh, I got to save that double cheeseburger wrapper from McDonald's from 2 weeks ago. Got to go get it. Might be able to use that someday. Wrap my tuna fish sandwich for lunch in it.
Maybe he does, because I maintain this is a bigger problem than just being messy and sloppy. This is a hoarding problem.
Yeah. He's a hoarder. Gross. But he's also Jeff and Jeremy.
Gosh, I feel bad. We basically diagnosed the guys have a mental disease. Now we're making them this.
Congratulations.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.